Good afternoon. I am Johnny Wood. I am the TA for this Practices in Community class this term. I apologize for recording this late. It is Monday afternoon on the 10th of January. I have actually started a new position the same day the class started. I've moved from Houston, Texas to Crockett, Texas, which is about an hour and a half north, to become the interim senior pastor of a small Presbyterian church. And so I'm a little bit discombobulated, but I'm excited to be in class with you. This is my almost going into my third year with Kristen, second year with Kristen as her TA in various classes. Practice of Community was my last class before graduating from Fuller in June of 2020. And I have been a TA with Kristen, took that class with Kristen, and was a TA for another Practices of Community class with Kristen. So this is my third go around. As I said, I live in Crockett, Texas, and work at First Presbyterian Church in Crockett. Crockett is a small, medium-sized town, about 7,000 people. It used to be a cotton town, then it was a mining town, and is kind of far away from the highway system at this point. So we're a secluded part of East Texas. And the last week and a half I've been here, I've really enjoyed it. I've been married for exactly 5 years as of last Friday. My wife and I had a chance, even though we were new here, to get away from town and get a cabin, celebrate our 5-year wedding anniversary. I was married before for 25 years to a lady who passed away from cancer in 2007. I have 2 biological children, 34 and 31, and 3 bonus children. They were Jennifer's, and they are 19, 20, and 22. My favorite books, aside from the cliche, the Bible, I'd have to say Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis, The Structures of Scientific Revolution by Thomas Kuhn, and anything written by Tolkien. My favorite movie of all time is a John Wayne movie called The Quiet Man. Now, at least John Wayne turned you off and you don't like Westerns or war movies. This is neither a Western nor a war movie. It's a love story, and it's well worth seeing, even though it's an old movie. If you can get past it being old, if you can get past it being John Wayne, it is my absolute favorite movie of all time. My favorite food, all of it. I can't think of a food that I don't like. I really enjoy breakfast for dinner. That's probably my favorite thing to do. I love chicken fried steak. I love biscuits and gravy. I really enjoy Thai food, Indian food, all kinds of stuff. My degree, I got a degree in Master's of Divinity in what used to be an emphasis in peace and reconciliation in, as I said, June of 2020, and have since been working in various ministry capacities as pulpit supply for our presbytery in Houston. And I was and still am a crisis chaplain. I work with first responders and victims of violent crime. I'm transitioning out of doing that full time now as I start in ministry here. I am in the final, Lord willing, process for ordination in PCUSA. Anybody who is seeking ordination in a mainline denomination knows it is not a straightforward or an easy process, but by God's grace, I'm nearly there. I'm coming into ministry late. I spent 22 years, almost 22 years in the military in counterterrorism, and then another 10 years as a defense contractor in counterterrorism and counterintelligence. And that is an interesting story how I got from there to being a pastor. I hope we get a chance to discuss that and maybe talk about it in small groups or in a later posting. My keenest sense of community would be the military. There's nothing quite like being close to a team of 8 or 10 people when you're the only Americans within a few hundred miles and you're in hostile territory. That very quickly develops a keen sense of community. Lack of community. I was in a church once when I was a kid. I grew up Pentecostal, even though I'm Presbyterian now. And I thoroughly enjoyed that experience, with the exception of one church that we went to that was just abusive and domineering and controlling, and I didn't have much effect in my personal life, but I remember my parents being really beaten up about it and reflecting in the kids I knew at school and at Sunday school and youth group. My COVID context, I am actually late getting this because we have a new bout of COVID here in my church. We have not gone back to not meeting in person yet, but we did have to wear masks this past week. We've had a few session members have COVID, and some folks have passed away in the last 6 or 8 weeks of COVID here in my community. So COVID is still a very real concern for us here in East Texas. I look forward to working with each and every one of you. I am available. I'll put my contact information at the bottom of this post, but my phone number and my email, please feel free to reach out to me anytime, day or night. The best thing about Kristen's classes, and I've taken a lot with her when I was a student, is that she's very much full of grace. So if you have any kind of issues where you can't get to an assignment, or you have a question, or you just need to vent because it's getting to that time in the term, please do not hesitate to contact her or myself. We're here to help. I really enjoy being a TA because I get to hang out with seminarians who, in my opinion, are probably about the most interesting group of people on the face of the planet. So I do this because of love, and I do this because I was where you were just a few years ago, 18 months ago, and I just really enjoy being in seminary and wasn't ready to leave yet. So God bless you. I look forward to working with you.